There was this lady that I was speaking to recently, because she has a baby. And the baby is about to be 1 or just turned 1, something like that. But she told me about this photographer that did her newborn photos. And I don't think they did her maternity shoot, but they did the newborn photos. And this is genius. And I don't do newborn photos. Like, maybe I'll start when I have a baby.
Kind of fun,
but we'll see.
Not that bad because the baby isn't going to do anything.
Right. Like, that's what I've been seeing a lot of.
Yeah.
I'm contemplating on that. But
You should do it.
she let me know, like,
Baby right here.
yeah, right. It looks so easy, but what if it's not that easy? Everything looks easier on Instagram.
It does.
But
That's the final project spot.
facts. Yeah. But she let me know, like, we were just talking about random stuff, really. And she was like, oh, I got a photo shoot, like my baby's 1-year photo shoot for their birthday. And I was like, oh, so like how often do you do, how often are you doing photos for your baby? Mm-hmm. And me just asking, just like as a regular person, not a photographer, not a creative, I was just curious. She told me that the photographer that shot her newborn images put her on a 1-year birth plan or a 1-year plan to where they shot the baby throughout like a certain milestone. Yeah. And so that made her keep coming. So she paid for that package. And so up front, that photographer, although it's just like lifestyle portraiture, the photographer now has somebody coming back for at least a year. Yeah. Right. And so I was thinking about that concept as well when you were talking, because I totally forgot that she told me that until this very moment.
I've definitely heard about those. Those are, especially for newborns, because you convert that into a lifetime photographer for your child. Like you basically have an 18-year plan.
Facts. And then I thought too, that's how a lot of people get into wedding photography, where they'll shoot somebody's engagement. Yeah. And then because they like the engagement stuff, well, now I'm on contract for your wedding. Yep. And then you can even turn that into like 1 year, 2 year, 3 year anniversary to have repeat clients.
Children, family.
Because eventually they're going to have kids. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's basically like you've become the family photographer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I was also going to ask you this other question. So just to kind of, and that's just free game for a photographer out there.
Free game.
Getting off the one-off projects, like position yourself to be retaining clients, having those conversations up front too, because you talked about that communication piece. So how do you, and I don't want to be asking all the questions, but you just have a lot of knowledge and I want to pull it out.
I don't. Yeah.
So how did you get to that point of where you were able to communicate more upfront with the client? So instead of just, hey, can you come take my birthday photos? How much does it cost? Because that's typically what people will do. Do you have a different process that you use for like a discovery or a call, or what's that look like for you?
I ask a lot of questions. Like I ask a lot of questions because one, I want to be able to give you what you want or you're asking for, but then subconsciously you feel included in your idea. It's like, oh, they're invested into what I want to do. So, hey, do you like this look or this look better? And
right.
For me, that's a lighting change. But for you, oh, I like the way this looks. For me, that's, okay, I know how I need to set up the lighting for that look. So my questions are asked on an aesthetic level. So therefore, I know what to do to set up for you to get what you want. And so the asking question parts is really big, because even if it's something that you haven't tried before, if you've asked enough questions, you can practice it beforehand. And that's where experience comes from, is that if you tried and errored enough to have a product to use at any point. Like, you could ask me something right now about a photo or a video thing, and I feel confident and I can give you an answer in 30 seconds of why this is the thing. So then back to your original question, people have to feel comfortable, because if you're uncomfortable in a shoot, it's going to be hard for the photographer or videographer to get the genuine person out of you. So you were at the workshop.